Let's try out this exercise fillets, spotted counterbore and countersunk holes. So we've got a startup model already. And did you try to pull everything out of hide? Always expand your tree so you can see everything. Now this surface is right there. It's been hidden from you to see if you can figure out how to get that fillet to trim to that surface. But before I do that, I'm going to do some holes. So under model we have the hole feature. I'm going to select this edge out here and then this face. Anywhere on that face it'll snap it concentric to that edge, meaning it will share the same center point. And I'm going to use counterbore to do a spot face, and we'll make the main diameter 1 inch and the counterbore I went too big. Oh, the counterbore's got to be bigger first. Let's go 2 and just see how big that is. Yeah, that's good enough. And 1, just so we can see what's going on here. Alright, so that hole has a V in it because we have it set to V bottom, and we're going to change it to a flat bottom. Preview that. Okay, I just made that so it would be easier to see that hole. I'll come up with a different color just to make that a little easier to see. Okay, so you have the counterbore, which is the outside diameter, and then the through hole here. And again, to make concentric holes, you use the hole command. Grab this edge that's closest to the face, and then grab anywhere on that face. It'll snap it to go concentric. It remembers the last parameter, so we're going to have to go quite a bit smaller. Let's try a 1/2 inch, and that's still going to be too big. How about 3/8? And how about a 1/2 inch here? And we'll go through. So we say up to last, and that drills that hole all the way through. What the heck did I do? Let's double click that hole. Counterbore depth. Let's go 0.25, and we're doing it up to last. So that's what your counterbore is going to look like. Probably got a better visual of it sitting there with it highlighted. So that's what your counterbore look like. Maybe I can sneak this up. Let's try 9/16. 56.25. Preview that. Select OK. And there's your counterbore hole versus the countersunk hole. Again, using this circle and grabbing the edge on the front, not the face but the edge. Anywhere on this face will automatically find the concentricity of that arc I chose, and we will use countersunk this time. Under the countersunk, might have to change that a little bit. Let's do a main hole of 1/4 inch, and maybe not so deep. We'll go 1/8 of an inch deep. Preview that, and there's your countersunk hole. Select OK. And let's make all the holes a different color for visualization here. Okay, so create this spot face is kind of deep. Let's maybe change that depth to 1/32. Alright, so it's examples of how you can create some counterbore, countersunk holes. And now for the grand finale, the fillets. Under View, Fillets, or sorry, Refine Fillets. If I select this top edge and hit Preview, let's go 0.1875 and hit Tab. If I preview that, it's kind of hard to see what's going to happen. I'll just say OK, and it's not going to like it because it's trying to do a fillet on every edge. I must have had the face chosen. So as it says right here, the whole face has been chosen. So I don't really want that whole face because you're trying to put fillets on these edges as well. And if there's not enough room, it's going to zero itself out. So let's click on here and see if I can just get the edge instead to replace that. It looks like it's still got the inside. Let's hit the triple dot and clear the selection and see if I can't get just the edge of that. And then I'll go, instead of tangent, oh, I'm looking for point. Nope, I don't want that. Try this again. Okay, now it's still, I gotta get this small because this is gonna hit. And that's what it's gonna do there. I could say okay just so you could look at it here. Of course. Okay, so there's your fillets. See how it worked its way around that counterbore hole. Same with the countersunk hole on the other side. All right. Now the reason why the back edge didn't get filleted is if I double click the fillet, it's set to tangent. The curves and lines are all tangent until it gets to this point here and this point over here. They're no longer tangent, so it won't fillet that edge. Now let's try and do something here. You see where it says limiting elements? I could pull my surfaces out of hide, and I don't even have to, honestly. You just picked it. I'm going to grab that surface, and if I hit preview, I grabbed this front edge, so on this arrow pointing that way, it's confused because there must not be something here causing some kind of issue there. So let's undo that. Let's go back to the edge fillet, and under limiting fillet I'll select the surface, and I'll reverse the arrow this time and hit preview, and I'll select OK. Alright, let's take a look at that surface. Alright, so sometimes it doesn't catch this other end. It just limited itself. When I grab this front edge, it makes sense that it limits it here and limits it here, but sometimes it'll come in and grab this, and sometimes it won't. See how it didn't on this side, which wouldn't be a big deal if I wanted to do this. I could go to fillet and grab this front edge. No, no, no. I gotta grab just that edge, and then again if I use the limit, that same surface, and invert the arrow so I keep this side of it, select OK. I think my radius might be too big. Let's go down to 0.1 and hit preview. It was not liking that. It didn't know what to do with the limits and wrapping around this counterbore. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Oh, really? Actually, I don't know why that wouldn't work. Edge fillet. Grab this edge. Let's go 0.1. Preview that. And then limit that to this surface. Invert the arrow. Preview that. Let's say OK. Alright, so the point of that exercise was to show you how to put in the countersunk holes and get a surface to limit a fillet. And that's what we did. We got that fillet to stop where it intersected with this surface here. Okay, go ahead and give that a shot.